Hello, hello, and surprise! We are back with once more Genshin Impact, and still some catching up we need to do. I know, not cry is getting more and more stuff, while I'm still like lagging behind. So plus, because are you now? Master of the Night Wind. Is this a new end quest?
If you
Maybe
lie on
check
the
that.
grass, you can feel the heartbeat of...
Ayaka. I don't know. I was, yeah, so you have seen like Lure and stuff, and yes. But yeah, we still need to do some catch up before I do anything of not cry, because I don't want to like, wanna be behind and then I start anything and not cry. And wanna have all of the juicy lore until then. Which is why I'm gonna do character story quests, and as I'm going with order from here, since I'm expecting it to be in like release order, you're gonna do the Emilie, probably since it's like French inspired Emilie quest. Yeah. I don't even know anything about the character. I've just like seen her art, like artwork, but nothing more. I don't know what's up with this character specifically, but I also do not know the same for Veressa, because I still haven't like catch up with like any event stories. I did catch up with 2, which is like the Simulanga, which I watched like the cutscenes of, and the birthday event for Nahida, where they like celebrated her birthday. Which is probably all like already about like a year ago, so yeah. Hey, Tanari, long time no see.
I thought I told him to spray it with water to retain moisture before applying the film. You can't treat a glaze lily like a cactus. If Sanjay does this again, the loss will have to come out of his food expenses.
I'll go talk to him. At this rate, he won't even be able to afford eating cacti for much longer.
Okay.
Hey,
Broke
Tanari!
whoever's messed it up.
Oh, it's you two. It's been a while. What brings you to Port Ormos?
Indeed, has been a while.
We didn't have anything to do, and this place looked pretty lively, so we decided to stop by. But, what's with all the flowers around here?
Well, Port Ormos is currently organizing a flower exhibition featuring flowers and plants from all over Teyvat, so I came to help out.
I mean, he seems to be like the man for the job when it comes to like flowers and stuff.
The exhibition includes flowers from every corner of the world, each with their own unique properties and needs. With that in mind, the curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar capable of retaining heat and moisture. Even so, an expert is still required to develop tailored transportation and care plans for each type of flower.
Oh, and that expert is you, right?
Not this time, no. I'm just here to help out. The expert in charge is someone else.
Let me guess, Emilie.
Mr. Tainari! Sanjay! He confused the poisonous bulbs with garlic shoots, and he ate them!
Okay, it already sounds like that soundtrack is a bit more incompetent.
Never mind. Forget about what I said about the food expenses. Apologies, traveler, Paimon. Looks like I've got something to take care of. I'll be back in just a moment.
Tainari's busy no matter where he is, huh?
Too many people are careless about what I eat.
Yeah, seems like it. Hey, don't look at Paimon like that. Paimon is super careful about what she eats.
I also still like the old Paimon voice. I still have to catch up on a lot.
Well, looks like Tainari might be busy for a while. Let's take a look around the port in the meantime.
And yeah, it's been taking for me to like continue catching up because busy. Like with doing like 3 main games on my German channel, and you're also keeping up with Star Ray and Onka Impact Third at the same time. It's like, and then work. Sometimes just like wanting an evening to just relax. It's getting quite busy. And it's not like I only do like games on evenings. I'm also like doing stuff for runs and such. Hey.
Wow, look at these flowers! They smell so...
Bless you, Paimon.
Huh?
Don't tell me she has like she's like pollen allergy or something like that. Though if she would have a pollen allergy, she would have like a lot of trouble in Mondstadt, so yeah. We don't get?
Paimon's... fine. She's just got a little...
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilia's? No wonder.
It's getting worse. Why?
Should we go find Tanari?
But, I was fine just a moment ago. She didn't even eat anything weird.
A moment of your time, you two? If it's not too much trouble, perhaps you could try this incense.
Incense? Oh, the scent is so nice. Wait!
Can talk now, you know.
Whoa, that was fast. Paimon doesn't have to sneeze anymore.
Where's my incense? Thank you.
Think nothing of it. From your attire, I imagine you two aren't from Sumeru either.
She didn't make me want the game a bit louder for me.
Seeing as we're both travelers from abroad, it's only right that we help each other out should the occasion arise.
She's from training, right? That's at least what I remember.
Oh, so you're here for the flower exhibition too?
Also, why are they like so focused on not showing your face for so long?
I suppose that's accurate. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Emilie, a perfumer from Fontaine.
Okay, they're just going with Emilie and not Emilie. Yeah, okay. And Emilie. That's easier to pronounce.
Paimon is Paimon. Thank you so much for your help just now. Oh, and this is...
The Traveler, right? I've heard a lot about you from the Steambird. It's nice to finally put a face to the name.
Did you ever heard a lot about her as well? When? Probably in some kind of event.
What happened back there? Why did Paimon start sneezing all of a sudden?
Have you ever heard of hay fever?
You think so?
To put it simply, when inhaled, certain pollens can trigger abnormal physical reactions.
But Paimon has seen these kinds of flowers before and nothing weird happened then.
Well, we're all different. The factors that can trigger a reaction to certain stimuli vary by person. In isolation, the effects of certain pollens may seem minimal, but inhaling various types at once can trigger a more overt reaction. But there's no need to worry. Pollen allergies can be effectively mitigated with the use of medication.
So he does have a pollen allergy. Okay.
Oh, well, that's good.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Is everything all right? I left in such a hurry, I forgot to warn you about all the pollen in the air.
Yeah, Paimon was not having a good time, but Emilie helped us
Emilie?
out.
Ah, what a coincidence. Looks like my worry was misplaced then. The Traveler and Paimon are in good hands.
It was nothing, really. We happened to run into each other shortly after my arrival, and I offered them a bit of help, that's all. I'm more curious as to why you thought the Traveler and Paimon were in danger. Allergies are highly unpredictable. If you were concerned the pollen might trigger a reaction, that must mean something similar has happened in the past.
Has it? I don't remember. Something like that, yeah?
Remember the first time we met? You fainted after inhaling Spirit Borneal.
Oh, true. There was that thing. There was an allergic reaction?
Borneal didn't affect Paimon at all, and now she's the one suffering. It makes no sense.
It's not really something you can make sense out of, Paimon. There are all kinds of allergies out there, caused by a variety of different factors. Some people are even allergic to almonds. It's not something you can generalize.
Exactly. I even encountered a case in Fontaine where someone had an allergic reaction to soba noodles their family brought back from Inazuma.
Damn. It's kind of sad because soba noodles are nice. I like soba noodles.
Whoa. Good thing Paimon isn't allergic to anything delicious.
Are you Dr. Emilie?
In a manner of speaking, although you could say the patients I deal with are rather unusual.
In addition to medicine, Emilie is also very knowledgeable about botany. She's taught me a lot about the native flora around Fontaine.
And that's where my expertise ends, I'm afraid. When it comes to breadth of knowledge, Tighnari certainly comes out on top.
A flower expert? Oh, Paimon's got it! You must be the expert Tighnari mentioned, the one in charge of the exhibition!
Wrong again, I'm afraid.
Damn.
Well, I did come for the exhibition, but only to inquire about the Auguste variety. I'm not involved in any official capacity.
Oh, Paimon was sure she got it right this time.
The goose variety, what's that?
It's a kind of flower that was once popular in Fontaine. The perfume made from it also bears the same name, Auguste.
Auguste, huh? That's not a name you hear often nowadays.
In an ancient language, the word is said to mean sacred or noble. It's sometimes used as a name for people as well. Ah, that reminds me. Are you familiar with a historical event in Fontaine known as Perfume Mania?
I don't think so.
Perfume Mania was an event that occurred in Fontaine nearly 20 years ago. It all started when several merchants released their own lines of high-end, expensive perfumes, marketing them as must-have luxury products, the very symbol of elegance itself. No one anticipated the absolute frenzy this would create on the market, causing the price of perfumes to skyrocket. The demand was twofold. What some saw as a status symbol, most saw as a money-making opportunity. You could take advantage of the soaring price by hoarding them and reselling at even higher margins. The value of these products became so inflated, regular bottles of perfume were even going for hundreds of thousands of mora. This resulted in countless disputes and scams. But at the end of the day, perfume is just perfume. The market value greatly exceeded the intrinsic worth of the product, creating an economic bubble that was never going to last.
And pop. Something like the tulip stuff that happened in the Netherlands and such. Of like housing prices in America once.
Luckily, the Palais Mermonia recognized the danger and intervened before the craze could truly spread. Many profiteers and scammers were thrown in jail as a result. In the end, only a few wealthy families were affected when the bubble popped.
It's good. Really could have been a lot worse.
What does all this have to do with that Auguste you mentioned earlier?
Well, during the craze, the most popular perfume was none other than Auguste. The demand far exceeded the supply, to the point where it once sold for 10 million mora a bottle.
Damn, that's expensive.
10 million? Then what about now?
Calm down, Paimon.
After the mania ended, most perfumes returned to a normal price. Auguste was the only exception. Its namesake, the flower used to create it, went extinct. As a result, no new bottles of Auguste have been made, and the value of the perfume remains exceedingly high.
Oh, it's a rarity. With the flower instinct?
Indeed. The Auguste flower was not a natural variety, you see. It was specially cultivated for use in perfume making. When the bubble popped, all the flower beds used for its cultivation were destroyed in a fire. The variety has never been seen since.
But didn't you say you came to the exhibition to look for it?
Ah, yes. I came to investigate a certain rumor that the Auguste flower has reappeared in Sumeru. It's causing quite the stir in the Fontaine perfume market.
Traveler, we should help Emilie look for it.
Yeah, it's not really so easy to find.
I have to agree. Emilie wrote me to ask if I could look into the rumor, but the forest rangers haven't received any reports of new plant species recently.
Even if I can locate the flower, I'm afraid you'll be disappointed, Paimon. I don't have any grand Mora-making endeavors planned.
Oh, she already figured out Paimon and what her intentions are.
Divine, noble, one of a kind. All beautiful sentiments to be sure, but to me, they overshadow the very essence of the product. When it comes to perfume, I want people to forget the price and the prestige and focus on the beauty of the fragrance itself.
Wow, so noble.
Of course, there's also a more practical reason.
Hey there,
In
Amiga, welcome
recent
to
years,
chat.
low-grade counterfeit versions of Auguste have been popping up on the Fontaine perfume market.
Can we guess it has something to do with primordial seawater again? I wouldn't be surprised.
Every so often, someone will claim to have recreated the unique scent of Auguste, and the rumor mill will start comparing the counterfeits to my own work.
Hello
Okay,
there.
that's more like the reason Paimon had in mind.
Come.
Ever since that rumor started, 3 new perfumes claiming to be made from the Auguste flower have appeared on the market. If I can dispel the fanaticism surrounding Auguste, even just by proving the rumor to be false, Fontaine's perfume market can finally start to get back to normal.
I'm doing good. What about you? And I'm noticing, why are the chat messages appearing on stream? Thank you. Glad you like my model. Yeah. I'll look into why chat message on another appearing on stream later.
Then I'll be free from all the stories and added meaning and just focus on making what I like.
That makes sense.
Well, we could still have you all.
Oh, I would of course be grateful for your help, but I wouldn't want to trouble you.
Well, you said it yourself. We're both travelers from abroad, so it's only right that we help each other out.
That's nice. Just be careful to not mess up the pie.
Ha! I suppose you're right. Then you have my thanks.
What kind of pie are you making?
Based on the information I have so far, it's unclear if the rumor is true. Mr. Edgar also thinks it's too early to say. But you could always go talk to him. He was there all those years ago, after all. Maybe he'll know something.
I don't really have steamed and cherry pie. Oh, sounds interesting. I don't really have much of a favorite pie flavor because I never really eat pie. I'm not much of a sweet tooth, so I'm not eating sweets a lot.
Ah, I was just about to pay him a visit at the hotel.
Edgar? Who's that?
The person you've been trying to guess this whole time. The flower expert in charge of the exhibition. He's also the most respected and experienced perfumer in the area. Back when he was still working in Fontaine, Auguste was his creation.
I should also mention, he was my teacher, the one who taught me the basics of perfumery when I apprenticed in Sumeru.
So this guy was a famous perfumer in Fontaine, but then he came to Sumeru to teach people from Fontaine? It sounds confusing.
It's a long story. If you're interested, we can talk more about it when we see him. He should be staying near the hotel.
Damn, I see. So I guess you enjoy baking, because I don't really. I do like to cook, but baking is a category of cooking. Yeah. I don't enjoy messing around with dough a lot.
If you want to eat like a king, you've got to work like a king.
Oh, okay, here is some porter almost.
Next on the agenda.
I mean, cooking, at least cooking simple stuff isn't that hard, so most people should at least be able to do that. But yeah. Wait, how did I get up there again? It's been a while. Actually, don't I have a teleporter up here? Would be easier. Yes.
Oh, look at all the flowers!
Apparently, the exhibitor paid a large sum to rent out the hotel and surrounding buildings. They're being used as temporary storage facilities and lodging for exhibition personnel.
That's good. I mean, I'm not sure if I can do too much complicated stuff myself, because most of the stuff I do is like, is me either experimenting or like self-taught stuff, so yeah. I'm just doing whatever I feel like is good and nice in the kitchen when I cook. But most of the time turns out quite well.
Yeah, what if guests come early? They won't have anywhere to stay. Also, renting out this big of a hotel, how are they gonna make that Mora back?
I mean, sushi isn't that hard either. I think I might have more to burn.
It's been so long, I almost didn't recognize you, Edgar.
Well, you and your brother haven't changed a bit.
Oh, yeah, look, all this catching up is nice and all, but let's get down to business. We need to talk about Kiria. Is he...
Roll in the right direction? What? Yeah? Not sure what you mean with that. I mean, I guess smashing though can be fun, but I just don't like how it's like sticking to everything. Most of the time when I work like with dough, it's just like sticks to everything, and I don't like it. It's annoying. It always makes a bit of a mess.
Hold on, we have guests.
It's nice to see you again, Master.
Emilie? Is that you? Oh, it's been years. Look at you. You're all grown up.
Ha! Joke's on you, I'm a programmer as well. And I cook in the kitchen as like kind of a hobby, so yeah.
I've heard you've become quite the famous perfumer in Fontaine. It would seem the student has surpassed the master.
Oh, well, It's all thanks to your mentorship.
Ah, hardly. I taught you the basics. Hearing you call me master, well, I'm not sure I'm deserving of that title.
I wouldn't say I debug meals. Most of the cooking is just intuition, not any like thorough debugging.
I've taught many students here in Sumeru over the years, but I've yet to see one turn out quite as accomplished as you. You're the only one who can take credit for that success.
Thank you for the follow.
And who are these two? I don't recall you mentioning them in your letter.
Ah, they're my new friends, the Traveler and Paimon.
Oh, thank you for the follow as well, Alvarez. Thank you both.
Emilie's friends. Well then, the pleasure is all mine.
And these two gentlemen? Are they friends of yours, Master?
They didn't look like friends, actually.
Of course. We're perfume merchants from Fontaine. I'm Ood, and this here is my younger brother, Blaze. Edgar and the two of us are old friends. Isn't that right, gentlemen?
Let me guess, Ellie knows who are like perfume merchants in Fontaine and immediately knows they're not.
Yes.
Merchant brothers?
You must be here to look for the August flower then.
Do you mean like cake art or like proper art?
Huh?
Well, what respectable perfume merchant hasn't heard of a Auguste? Anyone in the business would be interested in the rumors.
I'm guessing you're here for the same reason, Emilie. We were just about to get into it, so you three might as well join in. I commissioned a few eremites to do some scouting for me. They searched all over Sumeru, but there were no sightings of the Auguste flower.
Yeah, I see. I mean, both are nice, so yeah.
That being said, there are people in Port Ormos who claim to have smelled a unique fragrance on the streets. Definitely floral, but still distinct.
Maybe not yet. I think I've heard about like people already like 3D printing chocolate and stuff. Maybe you will be 3D printing cake sooner or later. And you would need a laptop for that. And I'm not a game developer, just more in general like focus on backend stuff.
Some of them were merchants who lived in Fontaine 20 years ago. According to them, the fragrance smelled exactly like the Auguste they remember from back then. A one-of-a-kind, divine, and noble scent.
Maybe someone around here just happens to have a bottle of Auguste from back then.
No, I don't think so. I doubt that's the case. Even if someone had a bottle that was never opened, the fragrance of the perfume would have changed over time. Very few perfumes can go decades without a change in scent.
I mean, you can do some cool stuff with like chocolate 3D printing. I've seen some cool things.
Auguste is even more prone to that kind of shift. Only a few bottles still exist in Fontaine, and their scent would have completely degraded by now. Although, Could there be a flower out there with a similar fragrance? Or in accord with the same base notes?
Oh, the art you're seeing on my stream is not from me. Like my model I commissioned for some. Okay, like the backgrounds and stuff, the backgrounds and such I did myself. Like, okay, the mask is copied from the model, but the other stuff I did for myself. But yeah, it's more like just simple stuff. I mean, I still have to get into 3D printing myself. It's something I want to do this year around. Like get a 3D printer and get into it a bit. But yeah.
Impossible! If a goose were that easy to replicate, it would never have sold for such a high price all those years ago. The goose flower is back. It has to be.
Technically speaking, the scent wouldn't be impossible to imitate.
Well, let's table that question for now. Edgar, did any of those people mention where the scent was coming from?
I have a few friends who also have like experience with that. I would be like a totally beginner to that, but I feel like it could be useful to have around the house for like few smaller things. So like printing like smaller little gadgets or like smaller little shelves and stuff. Like I want to do like 3D print like a shelf with like small compartments so I can like organize my cables and everything. Or do like custom hooks for my pegboard and stuff. Since I actually like want to put up all like my controllers on the pegboard and such. And it can be nice to like print stuff if you like need like smaller like replacement parts when you're like doing stuff around the house or trying to fix stuff. It can be helpful. So yeah, I would kind of like I want to get it for that and play around with it a bit.
No. By the time they realized they had smelled something, the scent was already gone. If I hadn't asked about it, they probably wouldn't have given the experience a second thought. Compared to things we see and hear, smells can be much easier to overlook.
It almost sounds like someone wearing the Auguste fragrance passed them on the street.
Wait, are you saying...
Just thinking out loud. Don't pay me any mind.
We don't have much to go off of right now, but we can't rule out that possibility. I'll send some more people to investigate.
Oh, I'm from Germany.
You all traveled so far to be here. Why don't you rest in the hotel for a bit? Oud, Blaze, this is the key to your room.
Ooh, you've got the keys to the rooms? Do we get free lodging too?
My apologies. All the rooms in the hotel are accounted for, I'm afraid. Most are being used for storage ahead of the exhibition, you see. I managed to tidy up one of the rooms for these two at the last minute, but by the time Emilie wrote to me, there was no more space left for her to stay.
Oh, and we just showed up out of the blue. Guess that means there's definitely no space for us.
Yeah, I guess we were finding a place to sleep in. Oh, nice. So yeah, actually like in somewhat neighboring countries.
I should have been more considerate. Here I am with an entire hotel at my disposal and no place to offer you to stay, even after you made the trip all the way to Sumeru.
Don't worry, Master. I can sleep on the boat tonight. Or I could even camp in the wild. It would give me the opportunity to collect some plant specimens while I'm here in Sumeru.
I'm familiar with the Sumeru, so we will come
Ah,
up.
even better. Although, would it be possible for me to leave some of my luggage here? It would be rather cumbersome to take it camping. It shouldn't take up too much space.
Well, about that.
The Again and the others don't want anyone to stay near the hotel. Huh. But they're also trying to arouse, not to arouse suspicion. Not just matching things, am I?
Of course, no trouble at all. My brother and I will keep an eye on them for you, as long as you don't mind, mademoiselle.
I also don't know any Swiss stereotype except for them liking cheese, but it's also like a thing in the Netherlands. They also like their cheese. So it's not like a Swiss specific stereotype. So I don't know, man. Don't really know any. But I also don't really care about stereotypes, to be honest.
All right then. Oud, why don't you take Emilie inside and find a suitable place for her luggage? I'll prepare some refreshments and join you in a bit.
Good, I can let you tell them. True, chocolate is also a thing, yes.
Whoa, the smell of flowers is so strong. Didn't Edgar say he tidied up around here? There's still so many flowers.
And well, I think like mountain things is like generally a typical thing for like countries that usually are around mountains. I mean, you have like Austria next to you, which is also like, yeah, mountain stuff. That also fits to them.
Hyman took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers. Looks like this exhibition is gonna be huge.
Do other friends have houses filled with flowers?
No, that's a florist thing. We work closely with the essential oils of various plants, but to maintain a sharp sense of smell, most perfumers prefer to keep their homes free of strong odors.
Yeah, I know about that part. Like, people in Swiss do have like, let's say, like a bigger fortune, but like the cost of living there is also like higher. So yeah, it averages out compared to the other countries.
Oh, guess there's just too much to store for the exhibition then.
Was für alles door?
Oh, this room seems to be a connected suite, and my brother will be staying on the other side of the suite. Blaze, while you're out, why don't you bring our luggage over as well? Blaze!
Yes, of course.
These two dudes are totally sus.
All right then, where can we find your luggage, mademoiselle? Blaze will go fetch it for you.
It's still at the port. In addition to some daily necessities, there's also a case of amber wine that I brought back from Fontaine. Could I trouble you to bring that back as well? It would be the perfect way to repay you for your hospitality.
How generous. I should thank you on my brother's behalf. You've stumbled upon his weakness. He's aloof about most things, but alcohol is his one true love.
I mean, yes, I do use Discord, but I don't really like share it in for the capacity of like the streaming stuff, since I don't have like a community Discord server, and I'm not making one yet because it's not worth it yet. And it will also be quite a like where to manage it. So yeah, if I like wanna look for stuff, I do have. You can. Wait, let me check. I gotta remember myself. You can just follow this. They can like see stuff where actually I'm a bit active on.
Is that so?
Actually, I actually do need to update it card a bit. I haven't done that in a while. Oh, I know that's a Fontaine specialty I've never heard of before.
Mr. Ood, Mr. Blaze, thanks for...
Hey! What are you doing?
The website? I mean, the card is like a website that offers you to put like links and stuff. Like the website itself was not totally self-made, but the card itself I did. But like I haven't been up to date with like putting the links of my latest projects, which I have like on the card yet. I need to update those.
That's Master's voice.
I can see what's going on. Sounds like he's getting abducted. To
Edgar!
unique fragrance.
Master!
You would actually be the first one to be honest.
Hey, Edgar! Are you alright? Can you hear me?
Who did this?
Kyria. August.
Kyria.
Hey, Edgar? Edgar!
No, don't shake him. He's injured. Just leave him to me. You two can...
You're investigating the scene.
Oh, thank you.
A perfume bottle, okay.
That strange smell around here. Is it coming from this bottle?
Only a small amount of liquid is left inside the bottle, and streaks of residue can be seen on both the mouth and the side of the vessel. It seems like someone forcibly poured out whatever was inside the bottle. I have a feeling the liquid in this bottle is...
Really? You think so?
Please not Outlook. I'm not a fan of Outlook, it's annoying me. But yeah, imagine having like definitely like your email on the side to chat with viewers. It would be so stupid. It's already enough that I have to use Outlook for like work. It's already more than enough.
Do you think whoever did this was hiding in the flowers before they attacked Edgar?
There are no footprints in the flower beds, and it doesn't look like any of the branches or leaves have been disturbed. Yeah, leaves, not leaves. Unless the cupboard was your size and would be flying. Very difficult.
True.
Yeah, I feel you. I also don't like most of the Microsoft programs. And it's also something I'm intending to do, like switching to Linux sooner or later, but sadly I am using some programs which still require letting me use Microsoft. And I'm not sure if I wanna go for a dual boot solution or like doing like whatchamacallit, blanking out virtual machine to run Microsoft Windows with, or just have like secondary PC for it. But yeah. But it's also annoying me because at work we like use also like the Microsoft suite for stuff, so we actually have to like connect and use the API and everything. It's annoying. So yeah, we have like Office stuff embedded into our website. Yeah, we I'm at a company that works on software for like software as a service in the browser for law firms, so they can do like their like call workflows through it. And for that we also have like the
Beautiful
Office suite
treasures are a
embedded.
cause for great happiness.
And allow like fetching of like emails into our software and everything. So yeah.
I checked. It doesn't look like anyone passed through here.
Oh, but that's impossible. It's not like that kid can just grow some wings and fly away.
The kid? What kid?
The culprit, I mean. It's not like the culprit could have just disappeared into thin air.
Well, we looked all over, but the only clue we found was that bottle.
The most important thing we can do now is focus our efforts on treating Master. Can you help me move him inside?
Absolutely.
So, how's he doing?
When I administered emergency treatment, I discovered a residue in his nose and mouth. Master was most likely forced to ingest a certain liquid.
Oh, it just did something like Genshin's version of chloroform or something like that.
He's still unconscious, and inducing vomiting could obstruct his airways. We'll have to look into other clues for now.
We found his bottle just now.
Ah, yes. The scent is the same, but the chemical composition is still unclear. We'll have to do further tests to determine if it's the same liquid and how toxic it is to the human body. But first, I do believe there are two people who could shed some light on the situation.
Yeah, they definitely know something. I mean, they've been acting sus here the entire time.
Mr. Sylvain, Mr. Lucien.
Huh.
Wait, you know...
Okay. Bye and take care.
Hey! Were you talking to us, mademoiselle? I'm afraid we'd never heard of those names before.
I must correct.
Before arriving in Sumeru, I asked a friend from the Special Patrol to look into the creators of Auguste. There were 4 people in total. The perfumer, Edgar, the one thrust into the limelight, and 3 others. A researcher from Sumeru responsible for cultivating the Auguste flower, and 2 merchant brothers responsible for promoting the product on the market. The 2 brothers capitalized on the mythos surrounding Auguste. Their actions lured in numerous speculators and profiteers, inflating the price of Auguste even further. In the end, they were sent to the Fortress of Meripede for falsifying their accounts and destabilizing the market. If you do the math, they should be out of prison by now.
Yeah. I mean, I already guessed that you would like know it and not the people they say they are, but okay.
Huh. And what does that have to do with us? There are countless merchant families in Fontaine. You gonna accuse them of being criminals too?
Every time your brother called you Blaze, it took you several seconds to respond. But when I called you Lucien just now, the name registered immediately.
Ah, Miss Emilie, out of respect for your position as a famous perfumer in Fontaine, I'm inclined to believe that was simply a poor attempt at humor. You have a bright future ahead of you. You wouldn't want to develop a reputation as someone who throws around false accusations, especially among merchant circles.
You claim to be regular perfume merchants, and yet, when I brought up amber wine, you took it to be alcohol.
What?
She's been leading on with that. She has been leading them on with that. Just as
Amber
I
wine is a
poured.
perfume I created several years ago. It wasn't particularly renowned, but I'm certain any respectable perfume merchant in Fontaine would know of it. Unless, until recently, they were living somewhere completely cut off from the perfume world. Somewhere like the Fortress of Meripede, perhaps?
Emilie, you little.
Don't even think about it.
Don't misunderstand, Mr. Sylvain. I don't bring this up to criticize you. No matter what happened all those years ago, the court has already passed its judgment. But Master's life is in danger. We need to learn whatever we can about the person who has done this. If Master's attack had something to do with Auguste, I would imagine the two of you might also be in danger. So I'd like to trouble you for some information, if I may. Tell me about Kyria.
Fine, as you wish.
Sylvain?
Lucien, if this will help us find Kyria, then it will be all worth it. Besides, we've already told most of the stuff to the Maison Orally anyway. You were right, Miss Emilie. There were 4 of us at the beginning. Myself, Lucien, Edgar, and a researcher from Sumeru in charge of flower cultivation, Vijava. Sometime down the road, the Marechaussee Phantom came knocking, saddled us with a list of accusations, and started looking into our books. They did their meddling, and my brother Edgar and I were forced to serve time in the fortress as a result.
Sounds like he's still upset about that. Wait, then how did Edgar end up in Sumeru?
Master was convicted as an accomplice, so he only had to serve a few years. He decided to move to Sumeru so that he could put those events behind him. Still, Master was depressed for a long time after that. He stopped making new perfumes and focused on introducing students to the craft instead. That's how I met him. My parents had to relocate to Sumeru for work when I was a child, so I had the chance to study under him for a little while. But we can talk about that some other time. I want to hear more about this researcher, Vijava.
Like us, Vijava was also staring down an investigation from the Marechaussee Phantom. But before the Phantom showed up at her door, she set all the flower beds on fire, along with much of the mora we managed to earn. All the Auguste flowers, everything we worked to create, was reduced to nothing but a pile of ash.
But destroying all that evidence, wouldn't that make things worse for her?
It didn't matter at that point, because she died in the fire as well.
What?
Damn.
Sounds like you did an investigation of your own. Why even ask us if you knew all of this already?
Akira's name doesn't come up.
The name wasn't mentioned in any of the files I reviewed either. But you two seem quite familiar with him.
Kyria was Vijava's younger brother. He was just a clueless kid back then. Somewhere in his teens, I think. He helped his sister with her work sometimes, but that was pretty much it. He didn't have any idea what we were doing. Vijava kept him close most of the time. The 3 of us were probably the only ones who even knew she had a brother. After our operation was compromised, he disappeared. There were no signs of him until recently, when people started saying the Auguste flower had reappeared in Sumeru.
So, you think Kyria took something with him back then? Something that allowed him to reproduce the Auguste flower?
Vijava doted on the kid like you wouldn't believe. She even told us to give her cut to her brother if anything happened to her. If she left something behind before she died, believe me, Kyria's the one that has it.
And judging by the liquid in that bottle, the Auguste flower wasn't the only thing he reproduced. He managed to replicate the perfume itself.
So the liquid Edgar was forced to ingest really was Auguste. Wait, does that mean Auguste is poison?
Kind of, I guess.
Poison? No. Of course not. No perfume is meant to be ingested. Even small amounts can be dangerous, let alone ingesting a whole bottle at once.
I mean, fair, you never should like drink perfumes. That would be stupid.
If Auguste could be considered a poison, we wouldn't have even sold half a bottle back then. Edgar fell unconscious because Kyria forced him to drink perfume. It just happened to be Auguste.
Strange, Sven seemed nervous all of a sudden. Why did Kyria attack Edgar?
He probably thought we had something to do with his sister's death. But to tell you the truth, I have no idea why she did all that. We're not looking for Kyria because we have it out for him. We just wanted to see how he was doing. And, if possible, work together to bring back Auguste. We only went to prison for a bit of fraud and market manipulation. It had nothing to do with the product itself.
Doesn't mean still sounds like you would try to do another fraud with it again, though. I wouldn't trust him with that.
As long as we keep things honest this time around, bringing the product back to market would almost be like honoring his sister's memory.
So that's why you never mentioned Kyria during your interrogation?
Yes, exactly. We were just looking out for the kid.
Anyway, that's all we know. If you're looking for information on what's in Auguste, or what to do if you ingest it, there are only two people to ask. Edgar or Kyria himself.
Well, at least we're able to say for certain that the substance Edgar ingested was in fact Auguste. That gives us a direction for further testing. Well then, I'd say that was a very enlightening discussion.
Well, glad to hear it. Lucian, let's head back to the room and rest a bit. With everything that's happened, there are things that need reconsidering.
They're still planning on savory stuff.
Yes, of course.
They're still hiding something. They're still being sus. Definitely.
Huh, you think so too? That does seem to be the case. Pity we don't have more evidence. But based on Sylvain's tone of voice just now, I suspect further questioning will only result in more made-up answers.
The way you exposed them like that, just based on a hunch, that was genius!
Oh, you're just a perfumer who looked after people in your spare time?
Oh, right! Earlier you said you were only sort of a doctor, and that your patients were unusual.
Oh yes, that's because most of the patients I encounter are already dead.
Okay.
So you're a forensic doctor?
Close. I'm actually a forensic cleaner. Once the forensic team and the Marachese Phantom are done collecting evidence from the scene, I'm in charge of clearing away the final traces my patients leave on the world.
Damn. Okay. Doesn't sound like that cool of a job, to be honest, but respect for doing it.
In fact, with just a small alteration to the formula, the same tincture used as the base of perfume can also be made into a cleaning agent. Basically, there are two sides to forensics. those who collect evidence to expose the truth, and those who clean up the smells, bloodstains, and other substances left behind at the scene.
It's also a really cool skill to have, though, not gonna lie. I mean, not sure why you would want to have them and use them, but they do sound like cool skills to have.
I've learned a lot in my line of work, and I've witnessed a lot of death. But this time, we may still save the patient. Actually, Traveler, could I trouble you to report back to Tainari and the officers at Port Ormos? We should update them on the situation.
Sure will do.
I'll stay here and continue to look after Master. Now that we have a sample of Auguste, I'm hoping further analysis won't be too difficult.
Oh, so Emilie seems to be really smart, I'm not gonna lie. Tainari, where are you? Oh, okay. Why do I have a boring wing glider on her? Wait, what's that echo? Since when do we have like trails? Okay. Huh, this one suits her outfit actually. I'll go with this one. Oh, okay. Right, this was the PSN exclusive one.
Whoa, why the rush? Did something happen?
I mean, yeah.
What? Edgar was attacked? He's the most famous perfumer in the region. Someone who's helped countless people around Port Ormos. How could this happen?
Sheriff, have you received any reports of a suspicious individual fleeing through the bazaar?
No, but we've got eyes all over the area. I'm sure someone's seen Kyria. I'll start gathering my forces. We won't let him get away.
What about you, Tainari? Do you have a plan?
I'm sure the sheriff can handle things over at the scene, and I doubt Emilie needs my help looking after Mr. Edgar.
But she said she's not a real doctor.
Then she was far too modest. She may not be a doctor by trade, but she has a deeper understanding of human anatomy and pharmacology than most scholars from the Amorta Darshan.
How do you know that? Have you been working with her a lot, or why are you so like knowledgeable about Emilie's skills?
Not to mention the fact that Mr. Edgar's condition is related to perfume. Emilie is certainly in the best position to help him. As for me, I'll head to the academia and see what I can learn about Vijava and Kyria.
Oh, that's right. Vijava was supposed to be a scholar from Sumeru. Do you recognize the name?
From Emilie's letter, certainly, but that was the first time I'd heard of it. The academia produces a lot of scholars, and there are plenty of graduates who choose to pursue a career outside their darshan. I didn't have time to look into it earlier, but now it seems like Vijava's past could be critical to getting to the bottom of what happened to Mr. Edgar. I have friends in Sumeru City that can help me investigate. With any luck, we'll have news to share by tomorrow.
I mean, we have a lot of friends in Sumeru in general. Well, yeah.
I'll leave you and Emilie to watch over things here in Port Ormos.
Do you have to wait a day now? Oh, this really works.
Well, it's been a day. Wonder if Tainari's discovered anything. But things weren't looking good with Emily's master yesterday. We should check on things at the hotel first.
Oh, there's a teleporter up there again. It's faster.
Healthy body, healthy mind.
Why is Windows asking me to like use sticky keys when I've already disabled it? Just because I'm wave dashing.
No
Sacker!
longer in critical condition, thankfully. He's still very weak, but with a bit more rest, he should regain consciousness soon.
Sweet.
My chemical analysis of Auguste also went smoothly, although it certainly raised some questions.
What a questions.
I was able to identify the components that give the substance its fragrance, but I also noticed an abnormal trace of elemental energy in the sample.
Primordial seawater, let me guess.
Elemental energy?
Will it have an effect on the body?
Hard to say. It was such a minute amount, proportionally speaking, like mixing a single drop of perfume into the ocean. I had to use one of the newest tests developed in recent years to even detect the traces present in the sample. Unless you were abnormally sensitive to elemental energy, I doubt it would have any effect, even if you use the product every day for 10 years. As for whether Master's condition was caused by the elemental energy present in the sample or some other component of the perfume, it's still too early to say.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. Did Tighnari come and find you? Maybe we could ask him to take a look.
I received a message from him last night, but I haven't heard anything since. The message said he was looking into some information at the academia.
Oh, Paimon thought he might have stopped by to see you first. Excuse me? Is Miss Emilie here?
Woo, Kale!
Oh, perfect! Familiar faces! Traveler, Paimon, you're here too!
I was like saying Kale, I like her.
Kale? Ah, of course. Tighnari's apprentice. He's mentioned you many times. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. And please, no need for formalities. Emilie is just fine.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you too, Miss, Emilie. Did Tighnari send you here, Kale? Yep. Master and the others went through decades worth of records last night, and still haven't had a chance to rest. I'm fast on my feet, so it only made sense for me to come and give you an update. Anyway, based on what they've reviewed so far, they believe there's no indication that a researcher by the name of Vijava ever passed through the academia.
Could have been an alias.
Master considered that possibility as well, but the name wasn't the only dead end. Master tried to track down people with a similar research direction or background, but also couldn't find a match.
That's weird.
How is that possible?
And he has a research from Samara was the ruse all along.
It's starting to seem very likely. If we want to figure out her true identity, I'm afraid another conversation with those two merchants might be our only...
Hey! Lucian!
It was?
Sylvain! Wait, you don't think Curio came back, do you?
That seems impossible. If someone came in or out of the hotel just now, we would have seen them.
Then let's go inside and check. Using the hall and head to the Rain's room.
It's locked?
Maybe try to break it open.
There's no one here.
Lucian! Lucian!
That's Sylvain's voice! Hurry, let's check next door!
Do you need to break the next one? Two?
Lucian! Lucian! Come on! Wake up!
It's going to be okay?
Emilie! Emilie! My brother. He's gonna be okay, right? He's just unconscious. Like what happened to Edgar?
I'm sorry, Mr. Sylvain, but we were too late this time.
Okay.
No, no, that's not possible.
Traveler, Kale, Mr. Sylvain has gone through a huge shock. He needs some space to calm down. Could one of you take him next door? It's not good for him to look at his brother's body like this.
Of course. Leave it to me.
I notified the sheriff.
Thank you both. Mr. Sylvain, let's get you up. Here, take my hand. Nice and slow. We'll take things from here. Just focus on getting some rest. Here, this way.
Poor guy. He's like a shell of his former self. He may have made some bad decisions in life, but right now, Paimon can't help but feel sorry for him.
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't wish for anyone to see their, like, brother die in front of them.
Good person or bad, the death of a loved one is equally painful.
Very much so.
All the moments he shared with his brother, every hardship and triumph they endured together, are now memories he has to carry alone.
Maybe that's what Kiria wanted.
If Kiria really was behind this, then what exactly did he do to Lucien?
Lucien can no longer speak, but the traces left behind by his death most certainly can. Traveler, I've got things covered here at the scene. I'll leave you to contact the sheriff.
She's the one who's clean enough, though. She should be able to figure something out.
Who would have thought? Yesterday's case is still up in the air, and now this happens. Miss Emilie, I heard you're an experienced forensic doctor. Have you been able to discover anything?
Oh, I'm not actually a forensic doctor. I just happen to have some relevant knowledge. I did take a look, though. Judging by the temperature and rigidity of the body, it appears the time of death was sometime last night. I'd have to do a more thorough investigation to find out more.
Then, would you mind helping us investigate? Before he left, Tainari said we could trust your judgment if something like this were to happen.
Of course, I appreciate your trust. Many of the traces left behind at the scene will fade with time, so the sooner we investigate, the better.
We'll help too. We don't know much about dead bodies, but you can leave the other clues to us.
We're investigating. Flowers. The corners are filled with flowers from different nations. The fragrance is incredibly strong. The door leads to the hallway. The lock is intact, and there are no signs of damage. The door was probably locked last night.
And the windows are shut tight too. Seems like the only way to get in would have been through Sylvain's room.
There's a story rising into the air. It seems familiar somehow. Probably one for pollen allergy. Luggage. The bag is stuffed with clothes and other lady necessities. It's quite heavy.
To tell you the truth, the exhibition has left us quite short-handed. We're lucky to have your help.
Okay. Cabinet. The space inside the cabinet is divided into various compartments. It doesn't look like a person could hide in there. That's true, yeah.
Well, looks like we've investigated as much as we can. Let's go report back to Emilie and Shiam.
So, did you find anything?
I don't know sense of what's Henry. The only way in would have been through Sylvain's room.
Paimon can show you. Here, it'd be something like this.
You really need to draw that out.
But entering through the room next door without alerting Sylvain. Wait, you don't think Sylvain could have been the one who...
No, his reaction to the loss of his brother seemed genuine, and he doesn't have a motive.
Then what could have happened last night? I know Sylvain is still in shock, but he's our only available witness. We have to take his statement.
I agree. Also, I've made some new discoveries, so we might as well head next door and go through everything together.
Alright. So in Zoom, then she looked much calmer.
Mr. Sylvain, I need you to tell me everything you and your brother did since yesterday afternoon. Did you see or hear anything strange?
After Kyria attacked Edgar, my brother and I were incredibly careful. We returned to our rooms and decided to lock all the doors leading to the hallway. The only door we kept unlocked was the one connecting our rooms. That way, if we heard any commotion coming from the other room, we could help each other. But I didn't hear any sort of commotion last night. Not a single noise. I woke up this morning, opened the door, and Lucian was...
My guess is then either on like one of the flowers or the incense in the room then. If they've like locked all the doors and probably also locked like all of the window, there was like no fresh airflow, and maybe something in the incense and or with the flowers triggered some kind of allergic reaction, which maybe made his like throat swell up and stuff like that.
So, no movement from the room next door. No forced entry via Sylvain's room. No signs of a struggle at the scene. And no external injury on Lucian's body. What kind of cause of death are we dealing with here?
I did notice a few things about the body. Lucian's pupils were dilated and his skin was flushed, very similar to Master's symptoms after the attack yesterday. There weren't any traces of liquid in his mouth or nose, so it's unlikely he was forced to ingest anything. The more plausible explanation is that he inhaled a substance without knowing it, and I'd say that substance was likely a ghost.
The incense then. Auguste incense, probably.
A goose? No, that's not possible. Inhaling a goose won't kill you. And anyway, it would have been for just one night.
So saying prolonged exposure is dangerous?
No, that's not what I meant. Emilie, you ran your tests, didn't you? Go on, tell everyone whether you found any poison.
No, I didn't find any common toxins.
See? A goose is harmless. The market response proved that years ago.
That may be true for most people, but not for everyone.
Master!
Edgar? You're up and about already?
Thanks to Emilie, I'm out of the woods for now. Sylvain, no matter how hard you may try to hide it, the truth will always come to light.
Edgar!
Even if we could keep it a secret for another 10 or 20 years, do you think Kyria would just let us be? No, he would never give up. Not if he's doing all of this for Yelena.
Yelena? Probably his sister, right?
That's Vijava's real name. Yelena wasn't a scholar from Sumeru. She was an exiled Fatus from Snezhnaya.
Huh.
A Fatus?
The Fatui. Well, that means the elemental energy present in Auguste was...
Ah, so you've already detected it. Well, Sylvain, looks like there's truly no reason to hide things now.
Oh,
The Auguste flower was created with the mutative and distorting power of a delusion.
Wait, delusions are coming up now again. You haven't like heard of delusions since like Inazuma.
A delusion?
You really sent me my anthem. I'll check it later.
The Fatui, delusions. I never would have thought Auguste was hiding this many secrets.
Born of a delusion, Auguste contained distorted elemental energy. A prolonged exposure over many years could have a harmful effect on the body.
that's enough, Edgar. I'll take it from here. At first, Yelena wanted to keep refining the perfume and the flower, but no one knew how long the perfume mania was going to last back then. It didn't have any effect on ordinary people anyway. Every day we postponed going to market was another day of lost earning potential.
Hello there, Jacqueline. Welcome to the chat.
So you decided poisoning people was worth the risk?
Listen, it's not like it was good for business. But all that talk about Auguste being harmful over time, Yelena was just speculating. The impact was practically negligible. Unless you were particularly sensitive to elemental energy or had an entire bottle shoved down your throat like Edgar. You could use the product for decades and be completely fine.
I'm doing alright. How are you doing?
It may be true there are no records of Auguste poisoning in Fontaine. But even if no one was acutely poisoned, willfully bringing a product to market despite explicit knowledge of its harmful effects is still a serious crime.
The divine and noble Auguste originated from a delusion. If the truth came out, the market for a product would be destroyed. Thank you for the follow.
That explains why you were so intent on keeping Yelena and Kiria's involvement a secret all this time, despite readily confessing to all your financial crimes. The Fatui, delusions, Auguste. If the Marechaussee Phantom discovered the connection between the three, there would have been enough evidence to send you to the Fortress of Meripede for life.
Ha! If I'd known coming to Sumeru would put a target on my back, I would have been more than happy to stay there. At least that way, Lucien would still be alive. All these years without any sign of Kiria, and he pops up out of nowhere the minute my brother and I get out of prison? It couldn't be any clearer who the kid's after.
I mean, I guess he's looking for revenge.
Auguste was harmless before. The fact that it's killing people all of a sudden must be his doing as well.
So there's bad blood between you.
What about Yelena's death? Was that a cover-up too? A way to destroy evidence?
I'll admit, we thought about it at one point. We took care to disguise the products circulating on the market, and no one was questioning Yelena's fake identity. But if the Marechaussee Phantom decided to look into the flower beds, it would have been the end. Yelena's ties to the Fatui, the role of the delusion, everything would have been exposed. Before we could even put our plan in motion, Yelena beat us to it. She burned all her flower beds and threw herself into the fire as well.
But if her goal was to destroy evidence, there would have been no reason to do that to herself. Yeah, she could have just burned the flower beds and fled with her brother.
I thought about it for a long time, but it wasn't until just now that I finally understood her reasoning. Everything she did, it was for her brother, Kiria. One of the reasons they defected from the Fatui was the deterioration of Yelena's body due to her excessive use of a delusion. She didn't want her brother to follow in her footsteps after her death.
So she killed herself. She killed herself for that. That sounds kind of weird, but okay.
After arriving in Fontaine, Yelena continued using the delusion to cultivate the Auguste flower, weakening her body even further. There were times when she couldn't even walk.
So, she couldn't flee with her brother because she was afraid of holding him back.
If her true identity was exposed, she and her brother would face pressure from both Snezhnaya and Fontaine. The Auguste flower and Yelena's own corroded body both bore the mark of a delusion. There would have been no way to avoid suspicion. So, in the end, she burnt it all to ash, including herself. With all the evidence erased, Kyria was free to take the Mora and run.
So the wealth you earned from Auguste, it wasn't destroyed in the fire. Yelena gave it to her brother?
Most likely. Before Yelena died, she said if anything happened to her, she was going to leave everything to her brother. We just didn't realize she meant our cut as well.
She really was doting on her brother then.
That's why Lucien and I were searching for Kyria, to take back our Mora and the Auguste flower. We just didn't realize Kyria was baiting us the whole time. It was all a trap.
But why is Kyria out for revenge anyway? Doesn't he know about Yelena's decision to sacrifice herself?
I don't think he knew his sister was nearing death. Yelena always wore heavy makeup around him to conceal her deteriorating appearance. She kept herself busy with work to keep out of sight. That way her brother wouldn't notice how she could barely walk.
Then all we'll need to do is tell Kyria what really happened, and then he'll give up on his revenge.
I don't think it would be that easy, to be honest.
I'm not so sure. Even if he knew the truth, he'd still find someone to blame. He might think Yelena was forced into using a delusion to cultivate Auguste, or something like that.
That's quite likely, yeah.
It's hard to pull yourself out of that kind of hatred, especially when you've been living in that headspace for so many years.
Very true. Even if Yelena's death was her own choice, I wouldn't call myself innocent either.
Edgar, what are you talking about?
Think about it, Sylvain. If we hadn't been in such a hurry to capitalize on the perfume mania all those years ago, do you think Yelena would have elected to take those risks? If we hadn't been so blinded by greed, so insistent on increasing the scale of the flower cultivation, do you think Yelena's health would have deteriorated as fast as it did? If we hadn't invited the Marechaussee Phantom to our doorstep by breaking the law at every turn, Yelena could have survived.
She knew her limits. She knew her days were numbered. Maybe it was for her brother, but she was in it for the Mora just as much as us. We were just trying to earn a bit of Mora. And what, we deserve to die for that? Target me for being the mastermind, sure. But what about Lucien? He was just following my orders.
As if he would know that.
Lucien's crime, was it really so extreme that he had to pay for it with his life?
The only person that can answer that question is a judge.
The judge already decided on it, so... Okay, they didn't know the full scale. Also, Brody knew that was the one who judged it, right? So we could just ask him that what he thinks.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway. Drag me back to Fontaine to stand trial. I don't care.
3 people from Fontaine, 1 from Snezhnaya, and a crime committed in Port Ormos. What a headache.
Sounds like quite an international affair, to be honest. This could have quite a few implications. That's going to happen.
Well, we can only wait until the Academia sends someone to deal with it. I'm guessing we'll have to contact Fontaine as well. In any case, we won't really know anything until tomorrow. With the exhibition, we don't even have space in Port Ormos to detain anyone. Such a headache.
The hotel could suffice. You could station a few officers to keep an eye on Sylvain and myself. Although with Sylvain's mental state and my physical one, I don't think you need to worry about a jailbreak.
Also, I feel like maybe we should like clean out that incense in the other room. Maybe?
Mr. Edgar, are you saying...
If Sylvain is to stand trial, then I deserve the same fate. A crime is a crime, accomplice or not. I'd just like to take care of a few things before I go. Say goodbye to my plants and all that. As for Sylvain, I'm sure he also has some goodbyes of his own. Would you be willing to grant that request, Sheriff?
Well, all right. I'll talk to the Academia. No matter who you were in Fontaine or what crimes you committed, the man we grew to know in Sumeru proved himself to be a good person. Your request is granted.
You have my thanks, Sheriff.
How do we wait until tomorrow? Doesn't that mean something could still happen tonight?
Happen tonight? Oh, you mean the possibility that Kiria might try to finish what he started?
Yeah, all we know is that he uses a goose to poison people, but we still have no idea how to catch him in the act. If he targets Sylvain or Edgar again, we might not be able to stop him.
That may be true, but what if we can take advantage of his desperation?
Desperation?
If we take advantage of this situation and lure him in on purpose, we might finally have the chance to talk to him.
Master, no. That's too dangerous.
So, that's your plan. If Kiria learns we're being taken away tomorrow, his last chance to enact his revenge would be tonight. In other words, you want to use us as bait to capture him.
Capture? Not necessarily. I just want to talk. What? Are you afraid of him?
Afraid? This is my only chance to make him pay for what he did. I'm spending the rest of my life in prison anyway. I can't just sit back and let him ride off into the sunset with our fortune. There's no way I'm letting him get away with it. Not after what he did to Lucien. As for the danger, everyone else just needs to make preparations in advance to protect us.
I'll admit, it could work. We just need to spread the word that Edgar and Sylvain are leaving tomorrow. Then I'll station some of my men around the hotel. If we have your assistance as well, our chance of success would be even higher.
I mean, I guess, but there's still the questions of how, like, we still need to figure out on how he did it, because we have seen no signs on both times that he was actually, like, properly there.
I still have some reservations. But if you insist on carrying out this plan, I won't deny you my help.
Can I sing out?
I'll also keep watch.
Although I think Sylvain and myself should remain alone in our respective rooms. If Kiria noticed another person in the room, he might decide to turn back. And besides, it's possible he's already transformed Auguste into a potent toxic gas.
You mean if he doesn't see a way to get his hands on the two of you, he might get so desperate that he'll just start using Auguste on everybody?
If that were to happen, everyone's standing guard. Even the innocent citizens in Port Ormos would all be in danger.
That's why everyone else needs to keep to the shadows.
You're still recovering. You need to rest.
This old bag of bones doesn't bounce back like it used to. I suppose I'll just have to leave the rest to you.
All right, we can figure out a plan to keep watch later. Right now, I say we split up, start spreading that information before it's too late.
I mean, they do regular story updates, so yeah. And hello there, welcome to chat. I mean, like each update comes with a bit of like more story. And I'm currently like catching up because I've been on like a hiatus for the game for quite a while actually.
Have you heard? Mr. Edgar's been detained. He's being taken away tomorrow.
What? He's the one who helped craft all the fragrances for our shop.
He taught my child how to make perfume. How could this happen?
He hasn't been convicted yet. Let's just wait and see what the court has to say.
No need to thank me for that. Well, like, thank you for joining me and watching along.
Oh, everyone on the street is talking about the rumors. No matter where Carrie is hiding, he must have heard them by now.
So you opted on like watching a stream while you try to fall asleep or what? I mean, I don't mind being your stream to fall asleep too. I just like hope you actually fall asleep because you should get your sleep.
Let's head back to the hotel and take a break. We can see how the other preparations are going while we're at it.
I mean, yeah, Mondays I'm like kind of the most annoying day of the week because they start a week and I mean you got to go to work again. But yeah, I feel you. I also didn't like sleep too well last night, which kind of made me all. Let's say I couldn't focus that good today at work. Oh, we just need to get lower. Or not.
Emily, Sheriff Xian wants to talk to you and the Traveler about our plans for the Night Watch.
Thank you, Kale. But first, here, I prepared a kind of herbal tea that helps calm the spirit. Why don't you have some?
Okay, working way late into night, I guess. Also not good though. You still should get your rest. It's better sooner than later.
Oh, that's very kind of you, but I'm okay.
Oh, it's not good to be so tense, especially when we've got a long night ahead of us. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I couldn't help but notice that something seems to be on your mind.
I mean, yeah, the graphics have been getting better. I still like wanna. I like haven't seen how they've been stepping up in like how they have stepped it up in Not Cry, because I haven't gotten to Not Cry yet. But yeah. Yeah, it's also been very long for me too. I've been on like a hiatus from the game for like about a year. Then in November I took like a week of vacation, which was just to get back into the game and like play through the whole of Netland, because I stopped right before Netland came out. And yeah, I'm still and now I'm like catching up on like all the in-between character story quests and such before I actually start with Not Cry. Thank you, thank you. I always appreciate when people like the model. Also really like it, so yeah. I enjoy it when people also like share the thing. Any heard of it?
Was it that obvious?
You seem very preoccupied with Kiria's revenge. If there's anything you want to talk about, I'm happy to listen.
Oh, Hey, Emily, Kale. Oh, are we interrupting something? No, not at all. This will be easier to talk through with you here anyway. I've just been thinking. If Kiria has the capacity to commit murder while remaining completely undetected, why didn't he target Sylvain along with Lucien last night?
I mean, I also played like Expedition 33. It was really fun. I'm not sure what game you're referring to with BG3. The abbreviation doesn't mean anything to me right now. But yeah. I mean, yeah, I've heard of Expedition 33. I played it myself. It was quite fun. I've heard of Dispatch, but it's not my type of game. So yeah. I'm mostly like playing RPGs. It's like my main bread and butter when it comes to games.
There was just a single door separating them. If his intention was to target both brothers, then there was barely anything standing in his way. Don't you think? When I accompanied Sylvain to his room after Lucien died and saw how distraught he was, I suddenly realized, maybe Kiria did that on purpose. Maybe he wanted Sylvain to experience the pain of losing a loved one before he completed his ultimate revenge.
Which would be really cool for Kiria to do.
So did he attack Edgar as a warning then? To scare Sylvain and Lucien?
Oh, I haven't played Royal Bua. I thought about maybe playing it, but I'm playing too many games that I wouldn't get around to do it. Like, I want to restrict myself to like 2 or at max like 3 gachas at a time. And my 2 main ones are like Honkai Impact 3 and Honkai Star Rail, and Not Cry looked so interesting to me that it kind of got me really into getting back into Genshin, because I actually really quite like the lore of Genshin. I'm just like, I don't enjoy the gameplay as much, to be honest. Especially like the grinding. But it's a gripe I've like mentioned a lot of times before, so yeah. But it was like the Not Cry development, like the small little teasers and stuff I saw, and also with like the whole lore video they dropped with like the 4 shades recently. It got me really interested getting back into the story, because there have been like a lot of like good lore hints and drops recently, and I haven't like let myself spoil it, but from like the visuals I've seen, there's like, if you're like a bit invested into lore, you already see like, oh, okay, there's definitely good lore hidden here. And yeah, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Yeah, I'm still very small when it comes to like streaming stuff. I'm also not as active on Twitch as I am on YouTube. It's also a thing. But on YouTube, I'm streaming and playing stuff in German.
Based on what we've heard about Kiria, That may very well be the case.
Losing his sister all those years ago. What has been going through his head? What has he been forced to endure? Whenever I get to thinking like that, I just can't help but wonder. If I were in his place, would I be able to let go of that hatred?
Oh, Colleen.
I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't think like that. Not after everything he's done. But I just can't help it.
Oh, and also, thank you for the follow. I didn't mention it because I was speaking, but yeah, thank you.
There's nothing wrong with the way you're feeling. Empathy is a part of human nature. In all my years of cleaning up crime scenes, I've witnessed countless families mourn their loved ones. Their cries of devastation and anger still echo through my mind, even now. Some of them even try to stop me, begging me not to erase the last remnants of their loved ones. But getting swept up in those emotions will corrupt your judgment. Surround yourself with fragrance for too long, and your sense of smell will become dull. Allow yourself to be consumed by your emotions, and you lose the ability to think rationally.
You know, I already said I'm not a failure. I'm too small for that. Actually, I'm not too small for that per se. The only check I'm not meeting is like active chatters. Like one of the milestones you need to hit is to have like consecutively like at least 3 different people actively chatting. I still haven't like managed that yet. It will come with time. I'm in no rush to like hit the affiliate milestone. So yeah.
So while you hold on to that sense of empathy, you also need to ask yourself, do Sylvain and Lucien really deserve to die? How much did they truly know about the Fatui and the delusion? Did they force Yelena to make those decisions? Answering those questions requires a lot of time and evidence, while a single act of vengeance can put those answers forever out of our reach. I've witnessed a lot of deaths in Fontaine. When someone dies, a certain amount of information can be inferred from the traces left behind at the scene. But generally speaking, death will just leave most questions unanswered, and the whole picture ever incomplete.
Once you're consumed by hatred, it will become next to impossible to think about things that way. For someone like Kiria, I'm sure right and wrong lost all meaning a long time ago.
You're right. The fact that we can approach these questions from this perspective isn't because we're more rational than them. It's because we're fortunate enough not to have suffered that kind of loss. But that also makes us perfectly positioned to stand on the outside and try to pull them back from the brink before it's too late.
I mean, isn't it already too late for Kiria though? I mean, you already stooped to murder, so...
I understand Kiria's decision, but I still want to stop him. Master, Sylvain, and Kiria. They all deserve to survive.
Huh. The fortunate and the unfortunate.
Emilie, traveler. Huh? Edgar, you're here too?
Oh, it's you two! Didn't you head back to your room to rest, Edgar? Is it really okay for you to be out and about like this?
A little exercise never hurt anyone. Besides, I don't have much time left in Sumeru. So I'd like to take care of my plants while I still can.
We could do that for you, Master.
No need. I've grown attached to these flowers, and this is my last chance to say goodbye. Come tomorrow. I'll be happy to entrust their care to you.
How many flowers do we have for Emilie to take care of, though? I kind of doubt that she can take all of them back to Fontaine with her, but hey, maybe. I mean, yeah, if you're fine with the new time sync. But if you're staying up to do some more work, you maybe don't get back into Genshin right now. But focus on the work stuff first and then get your rest first before you do anything else.
I would imagine Sheriff Sham is here for a more important reason.
The Night Watch. You mentioned earlier that we still need to confirm our plans.
That's right. I've stationed some of my men around the surrounding area, but we still don't have anyone standing guard next to Sylvain's room.
You mean Illusion's room?
Exactly. After some discussion, we concluded that Sylvain has the highest risk of being attacked next. You're the most skilled fighter here, Traveler. And Emilie's expertise is sure to come in handy in a pinch. That's why I want you two stationed next to Sylvain's room. So, are you up for it?
Fine with me. What about you, Emilie?
Sounds perfectly reasonable. I'll be glad to have your help tonight, Traveler.
I'm into a lot of games. As I mentioned before, RPGs, or like especially JRPGs, are my main bread and butter. Games I enjoy a lot. As for gachas, it's like the two Honkai games in Genshin. Final Fantasy XIV. Even though I've been on a hiatus in that game for quite a while too, and I've also been streaming it here on Twitch before. And I also need to get back into that too. I plan to catch up on the story there as soon as I'm done catching up with Genshin.
Should we
Which will take
really
a
be
while.
off work this early? There is still a lot left to do.
And other than that, what I'm playing currently, I'm playing through the whole of the Kiseki / Trail series. And I really love this this game series, like my most favorite one. I've been trying out Tactics Ogre Reborn. A bit more of like a strategic tactical game, still an RPG. And I'm currently playing the Bravely Default remaster, which is quite fun. Other than that, I've also been like recently playing Ghost of Tsushima. Expedition 33 I played recently. For the rest, I actually have to check. I actually don't remember what like the last games were that I played. I've been playing a lot, that's why. Let's see. Yeah, I also played like Fantasia New Dimension, 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, Metaphor Fantasio, Tales of Arise. Yeah. Also like to play Fire Emblem. There's quite a lot of like stuff to choose from. I mean, Expedition 33 is good.
It's so nice.
In the end, I have like a few minor gripes with it, but other than that, it's quite a good game. But it's not my most favorite game. I have quite a few more games I like actually more than Expedition 33. Expedition 33. Okay, let's actually get back to the story here. And also, definitely good luck with streaming. If you're getting just started, but you definitely should start it.
Not a peep. Has Kirya given up on his revenge?
Welcome back, Amiga. Just like that? That would be weird. You're welcome.
Guess we'll have to keep at it.
I mean, I would not be against it if you find like a good game to play together. Like a game that interests us both.
Still nothing unusual. Paimon took a peek into the room next door and Sylvain's already sleeping.
But I'm more of like a single player kind of guy, so yeah, it's kind of hard to actually find a co-op game I actually am also enjoying. Seamus initiated the warning, right, bro?
Perhaps Kiria's true motive was simply forcing Sylvain to confess his crimes.
Yeah, I kind of doubt that.
No, that can't be right. If all he wanted was for Sylvain to be convicted for his true crimes, he could have tipped off the Marechaussee Phantom years ago.
And you already got Lucian, so yeah, there's no reason to stop here.
There must be something we're missing. Something extremely important.
Maybe we just need to calm down a little. How about some tea? That herbal blend from earlier was pretty tasty.
I've kind of been opposed, so there's nothing here that we can use to make tea.
You're right. Maybe we can look for a different distraction then, like looking at the flowers.
Why are you searching for distractions when you're supposed to be on the lookout, Paimon? Come on, do your job. And I guess we can figure it out.
Oh, there's a glaze lily here. Paimon didn't notice it earlier.
Because they only bloom at night. I mean, I've posted it before, but Ego, you can like find most of my stuff on here. Also, recommend for you if you actually like intend to start streaming and stuff to create something like this. To have like a link that brings your viewers to your other sources.
Flowers, glaze lilies, incense. Oh no! Sylvain's room! Quick!
Wait, what?
A rush next door, a strange flow of fragrance saturated the room. Sundays are moving on the bed and fully unconscious.
Hey, did you hear? Someone was attacked again last night.
I do have a Discord, but I don't use it as part of like the whole streaming stuff. It's more of like a private one.
It was the older of the merchant brothers, right?
Yeah, I think his name was Sylvain. Poor guy was murdered in cold blood.
But I mean, you can find it. It's like the same username as I have on here. It's not that hard to find, but I usually just use it in a private capacity for now. So unless I know you or like specifically said that you can add me, then I'm usually just ignoring any friend requests. Yes, it is a tail. It's actually not just only one, it's like 4. I'm a fox after all, and the foxes have tail.
First it was Mr. Edgar, then that merchant named Lucian, and now this.
I mean, I also have this cool mask. I quite like it. I barely get to use it, but I have it. I'll make an exception for you. I mean, Kitsune, sometimes Kitsune are depicted with more tails, sometimes with less. That kind of ended up with 4 is a bit of a coincidence, actually, but a coincidence which I find quite fortunate and I'm gonna make use of sooner or later. In terms of like character lore and such, because I have like a few ideas with like potential alternative models and such. Just would be bit expensive to like actually to put it into practice. But yeah. I mean, you say I should be a voice actor, but nah. Because I don't have like good control over my voice. For me to be a voice actor, I would actually be able to like probably control my voice, but I don't have that control. It's also like I also have like this general issue that sometimes people don't probably understand me because my normal speech can be a bit illegible, which I don't notice myself because for myself I sound completely fine, but for other people don't probably understand me sometimes. And this is also something I already struggle with, but since I also don't notice it myself actively, I can't really try to fix it or try to control it. So yeah, I'm not good at controlling my own voice. That's kind of the main take for it. So I mean, you can do like voice training and such, but yeah. Am I that interested in it? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not too sure if I actually would enjoy doing like voice acting. I'm not too sure. But I also do get a lot that people say they like my voice, which I find nice, and I appreciate that. But yeah.
Listen up, everyone. This is an active crime scene. Please, no loitering.
It's been 3 days and they haven't even caught a glimpse of the guy. What is going on?
Thank you.
Do you think it could be the work of an evil spirit?
I mean, it's good that you think it's soothing because I'm in general going for try to go for like a calm, chill vibe where having like a soothing voice is actually quite good for it. But yeah. Why horror specifically? I'm not a fan of horror. Not because I can't stand horror, because just mainly because horror is boring for me. Literally, horror stuff is just boring to me. And it barely manages to catch me off guard in the first place.
I mean, how do you get away with something like that with so many people watching?
Keep it moving, everyone. No loitering.
So yeah, I wouldn't do like voice acting for horror stuff. No, I don't like horror.
I suppose I'm next.
You don't know that. Kyria already attacked you once, and you survived. Perhaps he doesn't consider your crime to be worthy of death.
And this is like probably confirmed that Serene is dead now? I guess so.
You were the only reason I managed to survive, Emilie. I never did thank you for that, did I?
Even if I wasn't there, Tainari was also in the vicinity. He would have been able to help.
Is that so? I suppose I'm a very fortunate person then. I have exceptional students, caring friends, and the respect of my peers. If it is indeed my time to go, then I'll die without regrets. But Kyria has nothing. Yelena is gone. Now, his enemies are too. It really makes you wonder if there's even a reason to keep on living.
If you really want an answer, I suppose you'll have to ask Kyria himself once we finally catch him.
If we manage to catch him, that's the other thing.
Well, I hope it all goes well. Emilie, there's something else I'd like to ask of you. With everything that's happened, holding the exhibition is off the table now. But so many flowers were transported here for the show, some of them thousands of miles away from their homeland. I can't let them wither away with no one to care for them. Whether Kyria gets to me first, or I'm sent back to Fontaine to stand trial, I won't be around to look after them. I know it's a lot to ask, but could I entrust them to your care?
Of course, Master.
Really? Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Now I truly have nothing to worry about.
Sheriff Sham still has some questions for me, so I've gotta go.
Go ahead. Best not to keep him waiting. He can be quite impatient.
I'm sorry, Master.
Huh? We know into Wayne's room.
Wow, another all-nighter. Paimon sure hopes Emily's plan will go well. Oh, but
Good.
Kali still looks quite worried. Let's go talk to her.
Okay, now I'm a bit confused. Why is Emily the one... Like, she was busy with the plans there, and suddenly when he goes there, he finds the same bottle that had the perfume in it before. Don't tell me Emily is connected with Kyria.
Emily still isn't back. I hope she didn't run into any trouble.
Oh, she's extremely meticulous. I'm sure she's prepared to handle anything that might come her way.
Yeah, that's true.
Traveler, I had my men start spreading the information you requested. The crowd is gone now too, but I have to admit, I'm not really sure what's going on. After listening to Emily's plan, I started getting the materials together and arranging personnel. I barely had a second to spare last night. To be honest, I'm still not sure how the crime was committed that night.
Suppose I'm actually.
The key clue was right in front of us the entire time.
Feels like I've been waiting to say that for a while.
Let's go. We'll show you where the culprit hid a goose.
Ah, in the flowers. The corner are filled with flowers from different nations. The fragrance is incredibly strong. The glacier is swaying gently, its petals closed. There's a ring of moisture around the rim of the petals that feels sticky to the touch.
This is it.
The glazed lily, huh? I think I've heard of it before. It's a flower from Liyue, right?
Wait, don't tell me it's like the random NPC that was mentioned earlier with Tainari, the dude that messed up and then ate like the poison stuff. Just to have like to have like an alibi, I guess.
Well, did you know? it only blooms at night.
Emilie, you're back!
Exactly as expected.
A flower that only blooms at night. Ah, like the Neelitpala lotus.
Exactly. Although the Neelitpala lotus wouldn't be a good substitute in this scenario. When it's closed, the gaps between the petals are too large. That's why Kyria chose the glaze lily as his mechanism. He would start by preparing an Agus sample.
Okay, in order to he took a goose and doubted it on the inside of the petals.
If
Interpret.
applied to the outside, you would
Yeah.
still be able to smell a goose even in the daytime.
Same for if you pour it in a
If
flower
poured
pot.
into the flower pot, the liquid would seep into the soil. That might prevent the substance from taking effect. There's a sticky substance on the edge of the flower petals. It's one I recognize. If you stick the petals together with slime condensate, then in the daytime, the glaze lily would act almost like a hidden container.
That's right! He applied a diluted form of slime condensate to the petals to stick them together and enclosed a sample of Agus in the center. That way, the Agus would remain trapped inside during the daytime, unable to seep between the petals and evaporate into the air. This also allowed the culprit to plant the poison well in advance, while his targets remained oblivious.
And us, for that matter.
However, the diluted slime condensate wouldn't be viscous enough to prevent the petals of the glaze lily from opening at night. So by nightfall, the flower would bloom, thereby forcing the target to inhale the Agus trapped inside.
And Kyria could execute his revenge without having to step foot inside the room during the night.
So my guess with the incense was actually kind of wrong. But I did guess it was either the incense or something with the flowers. So it was something with the flowers in the end.
By the next morning, the sample of Agus would have nearly fully evaporated. The glaze lily would have already closed its petals, and any lingering odor would be concealed by the fragrance of the other flowers in the room.
And this mission would be accomplished.
Wait a second. You're telling me this version of a goose is so toxic, inhaling the minute amount trapped inside a flower is enough to kill a grown man? And how did Edgar even survive ingesting a whole bottle of the stuff?
That's because Agus is just as dangerous now as it was all those years ago. The level of toxicity has never changed. Only a small subset of people are truly at risk.
Ah, you mean people who are sensitive to elemental energy. So it's just some sort of happy coincidence that Sylvain and Lucien are allergic to the stuff?
But why would they have worked with this stuff in the first place then if they're allergic to it?
That can't be right. They were involved in the operation all those years ago. If the stuff gave them a bad reaction, they would have known from the very start.
And they would be more careful about it.
I wouldn't use the word allergic necessarily. It's more like they're susceptible to its effects. But that distinction isn't important right now. You can think of it this way. It's not that Sylvain and Lucien are innately sensitive to elemental energy, but that Kyria found a way to ensure that they would be.
Okay.
In Fontaine, I experienced how drinking primordial seawater made me more attuned with the element of hydro. But that substance would be hard to get around here.
That's also true, and also the elemental energy that's coming from is a delusion, and we don't know which element that delusion actually takes. That hasn't been specified yet.
All kinds of essential oils commonly found in alchemical products can temporarily increase elemental affinity. But it would be difficult to force someone to use them without knowing it.
I guess my incense comes still into play.
The incense I smelled earlier seemed familiar. Thinking back on it, I'm almost certain it was the scent of spirit borneal, In Sumeru, scholars use spirit borneal to aid meditation and stimulate their connection to the Dendro Archon.
Alchemically produced essential oils, the primordial seawater that caused unrest in Fontaine not too long ago. All of those are substances that can heighten your sensitivity to elemental energy.
And Kirito's Spirit Borneal.
That stuff gave us a lot of trouble when we first came to Sumeru.
Ah, yes. I definitely remember that.
In Sumeru, it's not uncommon to use incense indoors, so its presence wouldn't arouse suspicion. The flowers in the room could also serve to mask the scent.
Flowers were pretty important to this plan, huh? The glazed lily is native to Liyue. It would be completely unnatural to have one here in Sumeru if it weren't for the exhibition. What a coincidence.
Not a coincidence at all, I would say.
Actually, it's not a coincidence at all.
The exhibition, the hotel, it was all meticulously designed to trap.
No wonder he was willing to pay a small fortune to rent out the hotel.
He probably used the mora Yelena left him, don't you think? That money was supposed to set him free. But in the end, it was just a tool for his revenge.
There's a saying among forensic doctors in Fontaine. Every step you take leaves a mark. But up until this point, we haven't been able to detect any trace of Kiria's activities. That's not because he was coming and going undetected, or because he's some kind of evil spirit.
You just planned everything out beforehand.
But because he's been disguised as someone else this entire time.
And that too, I guess.
Creating such an intricate mechanism out of a glazed lily, setting up the spirit borneal in advance, and arranging for Sylvain and Lucien to stay at the hotel.
Edgar was responsible for that.
It all points to one person, the expert in charge of the entire exhibition. The mora spent to rent out the hotel, the way the Auguste flower was cultivated, the method used to disguise his appearance. It all points to one person. The boy who inherited Yelena's legacy, her younger brother.
And it's associated too?
Kiria and Edgar are one and the same.
Okay. Does it actually make sense though for them to be the same?
But Kiria was only in his teens back then. He wouldn't even be 40 years old by now.
Yep. That's what I'm wondering about.
Edgar's lived here for so many years. Even if he changed his appearance, going that long without giving anything away, it would be impossible.
Bad news, Sheriff! Mr. Edgar was attacked!
What?
A dark shadow-like figure just ran out of his room. It was giving off a really ominous aura. But before we could even react, the figure up and disappeared like some sort of ghost or something. By the time we got a look inside the room, Mr. Edgar was gone. Do you think Kiria kidnapped him?
I need you to think very carefully about this. Are you certain that figure wasn't Edgar himself?
I mean, Mr. Edgar was so frail. I don't see how he could have moved that fast.
Or he was just like dressed as Edgar. Like probably disguised himself as Edgar. With quite an elaborate disguise to boot.
It would seem Master decided to tap into an ill-advised source of power.
What? But that's so dangerous with the condition he's in. It's...
But
suicide.
Why? Why would he do that? He's already accomplished his revenge.
No. If his aim was to target everyone who had a hand in Yelena's death...
If he left Sylvain alive yesterday, not out of a desire to see him suffer, but to confirm the truth about why Yelena chose to die...
Then there's still one target left.
The shadow-like figure ran in the direction of the elevator, and my partner immediately chased after them.
We should hurry before they're forced to confront each other.
The merchants are there. He's cowering behind the box.
Ghost!
What's
It's
that?
a ghost!
It's all right. Please, calm down and take a deep breath. Can you tell us what you saw?
I saw a black shadow. It ran right past me.
A black shadow in the middle of the day is also weird, by the way.
How could something like that happen in broad daylight?
This is terrifying.
No, don't come any closer!
He's in a boat?
No, don't come any closer!
The game is saying probably down here? Oh, okay.
If we go any further, we'll be out of Port Ormos. There'll be hardly any witnesses.
It's all right. I can detect a faint whiff of the scent from here. I would say he passed by this location not too long ago. It's this way. Please, follow me.
Emilie's playing dog now? Tracking the scent of people? I'll just ignore these. Why is it leading up there? Oh,
The
okay.
scent is getting stronger. This must be the place.
Maybe we have to adjust here. Oh, come on.
Shower me with... My apologies. Yeah!
Collecting rare and exquisite treasures. Yes, this seems suitably sophisticated.
Dendro and Pyro. Does it even have a Pyro party? If not, then I'll just go with my Electro. What's more likely, there to be the Cryo monsters in here or Electro monsters in here if it comes with Dendro and Pyro recommended elements? I'll just stick with my freeze party, really. Yeah.
Oh! O's! Are you all right? Were you attacked?
No, I'm all right. I was just chasing after that figure, and then all of a sudden, I didn't feel so hot.
Let me take a look.
The air definitely feels heavy. It smells nice, but for some reason, it's hard to breathe.
This feeling, I've encountered it before.
Everything looks all right. It was probably just the stress of the chase, combined with the impact of the environment. A bit of rest would do you some good.
I can't rest. Mr. Edgar is still in there. He taught my sister how to make perfume. He's a good man. I can't just abandon him to die by Curia's hand.
Oz, you need to calm down and listen to me. Edgar is the one we're after. He and Kyria are the same person.
But how is that possible? I thought you said Kyria was in his 30s. Mr. Edgar is 70-something. Changing your appearance to look decades older, that doesn't seem possible.
It's also, but it's not impossible either. So
That's precisely why he had to resort to extraordinary measures to age himself.
ah, yeah, okay, a delusion.
Kyria used a delusion to bring back the Auguste flower, corroding his body in the process, just like his older sister.
No. He couldn't have. Mr. Edgar has been in Port Ormos for years. If someone started impersonating him all of a sudden, we would have noticed.
And what if the impersonation started before he ever set foot in Sumeru? I've yet to confirm it, but I suspect Kyria killed the real Edgar in Fontaine not long after his release from prison. While Edgar was incarcerated, Kyria started making preparations to replace him, including forcefully aging his body, studying perfumery, and planning the real Edgar's demise.
That's quite a lot of. Like, he went through a lot just to exact his revenge, if it was just for that. I mean, even going like through the stuff of like fully studying perfumery to like the mastery level of like Edgar once had.
The new Edgar then decided to relocate to Sumeru, seemingly out of an innocuous desire to let go of the past. He even left perfume making in favor of mentoring students. But these decisions were all for a specific purpose: the need to distance himself from anyone who might see through the facade. And Sumeru fit the bill to a T, with no one around to question his identity. All he had to do was grow a beard, don a pair of glasses, make a few minor alterations to his appearance, and everyone would believe he was exactly who he claimed: Edgar, a perfumer from Fontaine. As the years went by, he removed his disguise little by little and continued to refine his skills. It would have been a gradual process, one that ensured no one around him would notice anything unusual.
That explains why Sylvain said he barely recognized Edgar back at the hotel! He aged himself decades beyond his years just so he could accomplish his revenge! Is that even worth it?
It doesn't sound worth it to me, really.
I need to find Mr. Edgar. He's not that kind of person. He can't be.
What you really need is to get out of here and rest.
No, I can keep going.
Wait! This environment is likely being influenced by the delusion. Any discomfort, no matter how slight, should not be treated lightly. I know how to relieve your symptoms, Mr. Ooze. Please come with me and rest. I'm sure Kyria... No, Edgar wouldn't want any more innocent people implicated in all this.
Kale's right. The Traveler and I will take things from here. From our brief exposure to a goose, it would seem the substance has little effect on us.
Good for us.
This leads me to believe those blessed with a vision or capable of wielding elemental power are more resistant to the effects of abnormal elemental energy. In other words, this environment doesn't pose as much of a risk to us. Actually, now that I think about it, this stronghold likely has multiple points of entry. If the target were to escape from a different point of entry, that might allow him to evade capture. I hate to trouble you, but we need people to survey the perimeter.
Thanks. Hear that? We're heading out. There's work to be done. Ooze, head back to Port Ormos and start gathering reinforcements.
Got it.
Traveler, Emilie, Paimon, please be careful. For someone whose only purpose in life is revenge, there's no telling what they'll do when there's no reason to move forward.
Don't worry. This isn't the end. Not for us or for Kyria. We're not going to let a goose kill anyone else. It's time for the mythos to fade into obscurity.
Alright then. Ooh, we can play as Gimli. I actually don't know where the skills are. Probably dent replication? And a spear. Oh, she has no dash charge with her spear? Sad.
Reconstitute!
Okay. You can see what the skills do? Yes. Spear. Creates a resist case that deals into damage. Affected. Burning. Wait, when nearby opponents are affected by burning, they will give off scent as intervals. Oh, okay. She's like specifically tailored for like pyrodendro reactions. I see. Okay. Yeah, so you have to actually specifically do sort of pyro characters. Well, too bad. I don't have any like proper pyrodendro party, so eh.
Monsters? Perhaps they were attracted here by the increased level of elemental energy.
I'll take the dendro application though.
Whirling snow.
For a bit of bloom.
I've never seen these seeds before. They must also have been created with the power of a delusion. It seems to be avoiding us, and there's no other way forward. Perhaps we could try luring it to the edge of the cliff.
Did I? Are my button controls not set correctly? Yes, they are not. It is actually not button mapped. I thought I button mapped you in the past. T. Oh, it works.
Whoa, look at all the Auguste flowers! There are so many of them. Paimon can't believe a single person did all this. Must have taken a lot of time.
I fear that statement is truer than you know, Paimon. Using a delusion comes at a cost. Not just time, but the time you have left to live.
But why would Kiria need this many Auguste flowers? He only needed a few bottles of Auguste to carry out his plan, right?
Perhaps hatred wasn't the only emotion fueling his obsession with Auguste.
Probably trying to create something to remember his sister by. Honoring his legacy, I guess.
Not long ago, he told me he didn't want all the flowers transported to Sumeru to wither away in a foreign land. But Kiria betrayed Snezhnaya, abandoned Fontaine, and lived his entire life in Sumeru under the guise of someone else. For someone with nowhere to call home, perhaps dying among a bed of Auguste flowers just like his sister is the best homecoming he could ask for.
I'm guessing these are the Auguste flowers. The purplish ones. I mean, they look pretty. Do I go the long way around? Maybe. Is there anything interesting here? Doesn't look that good.
Reconstitute!
Wind strider. Fallen leaves. Adorn my...
Strike a pop! My apologies. Kamisato art. Sometsu. Access denied.
Give me another seed. Where do I have to bring this one?
Next on the
This way?
agenda.
You're a bit annoying to control, but hey. But let me guess, it's not allowed to touch the light. Okay. Carry on.
The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end. The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end.
Did they catch up that fast?
Yep.
No. My strength is just waning. But it doesn't matter. This is far enough.
Looks like we are too late.
This is a garden of Auguste flowers. But it's not mine. It's the one that was set on fire all those years ago in Fontaine. Yelena? Yelena! You tried to hide it from me, but I always understood. The reason why you continued to use the delusion, the reason why you set your garden on fire, it was all because of me. I shouldn't have listened to you that day. I shouldn't have taken the Mora and ran. But by the time I realized something wasn't right, there was nothing left. The flowers were gone. And so were you. I know I'm almost 20 years too late. I should have come looking for you earlier. I should have died with you that day. Yelena? Yelena! No! Don't leave me! Please!
Is it just loading?
Yelena!
There was a text box hidden in the black screen for real. Oh, come on, Genshin. I was just wondering, like, wait, is this game frozen? But then why is the fire sound still playing? Was just something not properly loading, but yeah, no. There was just a hidden text box in the black screen. God damn it.
Emilie?
Oh, wait. She messed with the Auguste, didn't she? I was already suspicious of her being by the flowers, and then we see the bottle of a goose there, because probably Emily messed with the form, you know.
I'm alive. No, that's not possible. I saw her. Elena, we were together.
That was an illusion, likely brought about by the residual toxin in your body coupled with the pollen in the air, neither of which are fatal.
No. The amount of August I drank, it should have been enough.
Yeah, also I just ate this, but it was a fake.
A fake? But how?
We started making the preparations last night with one goal in mind: to create a perfect accord. The accord is the basis of perfume making,
the product in its most primitive form. Ambergris mixed with cedarwood, rounded out with a base note of agarwood.
This is the scent of leather?
Exactly. We're unable to extract essential oils from leather, but by combining other raw materials, we can recreate its essence. That is the purpose of an accord.
Does that mean you can recreate any scent in the whole world?
I'm afraid not. Certain fragrances in this world are simply one of a kind. That quality is what draws people in and fuels their obsessions.
If I wear a goose to the ball, I'll also be one of a kind. Our competitor already got their hands
Yeah.
on it.
It doesn't matter how much it costs. I have to buy something better.
This fragrance will be one of a kind, no more. Myths can be deconstructed, miracles can be recreated. All it takes is skill, experience, limitless exploration, and a little patience.
Should I create an Augusta accord?
The only thing left is determining where the real Auguste is hidden. Pretending to be attacked means he's not free to move around. Auguste must be hidden within reach.
Paimon took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers.
The curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar, capable of retaining heat and moisture.
Perfumes are as beautiful as flowers, and equally as delicate. When stored, you must take care to control the temperature and keep them away from direct sunlight. Did you get all that, Emilie?
I got it.
Did you hear? Someone was attacked again last night.
So, Sylvain is dead. Is that right?
Yes, Master.
Is he though?
You switched the bottles of Auguste, and then lied to me about Sylvain's death.
Of course, if she is a forensic cleaner and can clean away corpses, she could also clean away figurative corpses. Definitely smart. And she's good at plotting stuff like this.
Convincing you that your revenge had been completed was the easiest way to get you to let down your guard.
Impossible. Even if you found a way to switch out the bottles, there's no way you could have made an accord. If Auguste was so easy to replicate, Yelena wouldn't have.
It was a combination of rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias. Those ingredients would have conflicted with each other if you tried to combine them in the past. But recently, we found a way for them to work together.
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias.
Auguste was created over 10 years ago. All this time, people never stopped analyzing it, never stopped trying to recreate it. Perfumery techniques are advancing day by day. We've found better ways to extract essential oils, separate oils and fats. We even discovered new ways to combine fragrances together.
Mm-hmm.
The mythos surrounding a goose may have been untouchable almost 20 years ago, but now it's time for it to become a thing of the past.
The past?
You've been working as a perfumer for all these years. You should have always known that it is possible to make an accord, even if only in theory. But the meaning you assigned to a goose became so inflated, you allowed yourself to get lost in it, just like the perfume mania that captivated the public all those years ago. You believed in its divinity and grandeur. You believed it was entirely one of a kind.
And in the process, you forgot that it was a bottle of perfume and nothing more.
Your obsession with the goose is also what allowed us to predict how you intended your plan to end, and to make preparations in advance.
We just didn't expect it to happen so fast.
Or that you would activate a delusion, for that matter.
Well, you hit the nail on the head now, didn't you? So, Sylvain isn't dead. Since you've been preparing your accord since last night, I assume you've also figured out my method, then. That means the news of Sylvain's death. The crowd gathered outside the hotel this morning. It was all an act you put on with the sheriff?
Yes. If we hadn't, you might have resorted to the delusion out of desperation, or continued to use your spirit borneal and a goose combination to wreak havoc.
Who knows? Maybe I would have just offed myself then and there.
I know if you had things your way, you would carry the truth of Edgar's demise and the secrets of this garden to the grave, but I'm sorry, Master. I don't want to see any more death. Sylvain only inhaled a small amount of poison. He's being detained as we speak. All the crimes he concealed back then will be exposed in a court of law for everyone to see, and all his secrets will be revealed. The same goes for you as well.
Is that so? Well, I suppose I'll be spending the rest of my days in a prison cell then.
Whoa, he accepted that kind of fast.
True. But I guess he also already made up his mind to kill himself, so in the end it doesn't really make much of a difference. He kinda accepted being done with his life.
I don't feel the need to justify my actions, nor do I intend to repent for them. I did what I set out to do. I may have lost in the end, but it was my choice every step of the way. And if I could do it all over again... But there's no going back, is there?
Careful, everyone. This environment is dangerous. I'll lead the way.
Stick close and hurry up. Can't let Edgar die.
Looks like I'm almost out of time. Although, I do have one final question, Emilie.
Of course, Master.
The combination you used to make your accord. How did you figure it out?
The scent of a goose is complex and varied, yet the main ingredient consists of a single variety of flower. So, as I was analyzing the sample yesterday, I got to thinking, what if the scent of the Auguste flower was already imbued with that complexity during its cultivation?
You're saying Yelena designed Auguste to have the scent of multiple flowers?
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, Cecilias. The perfumers of the past knew that if you combined their essential oils directly, they would just cancel each other out. It was a conundrum they could never solve.
Ah, so she used the delusion to solve the conundrum in a way.
But if you cultivate a new flower species that intrinsically carries the unique features of those three scents, you can bypass that issue entirely. It goes without saying that for that time, this idea was a stroke of genius.
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias.
Those really do seem like flowers you would choose, Yelena.
Not long after that, the Eremites rushed over. Kira accepted his fate without saying a word. Hooray! You're done.
We're way behind schedule.
And thus all the turmoil caused by the August finally comes to an end. A few weeks later. Wait, are in Fontaine? Yep, you teleported us all the way to Fontaine. Okay. Why not? Also, did already a map expand a bit more? Still Nordcry over there. But it doesn't seem like the Nordcry region expanded until now. Since I did my catch-up stuff. Okay.
We're way behind. Did you know? Miss Emilie's releasing a new perfume. Right. I heard about that. I think it's called Yelena.
Oh, that's a sweet way to keep like a namesake for a way to remember her.
Seems like everyone in Fontaine is talking about the new perfume you're releasing.
I was hoping to release it without such a fuss, but the news spread way faster than I expected. I just hope it won't become the source of some new myth, especially after all the work we did to demystify Auguste.
Where's perfume? Did you use the core from back in the mirror?
I did, although I made a few modifications to the formula to make the scent more pleasant and long-lasting. I actually brought a few samples with me today. I hope they're to your liking. Also, I was hoping you could try out the fragrance before I officially release it and tell me your thoughts.
Since when did we become a perfume reviewer?
Of course! A good sense of taste and sense of smell go hand in hand, you know? Just leave it to Paimon! Oh, it smells great!
I'm not sure that's the kind of feedback she had in mind.
It's alright. All feedback is worth considering. Besides, when it comes to perfume, commenting on whether it smells good is the most straightforward assessment you can ask for. There doesn't always have to be a deeper meaning.
Speaking of deeper meanings, curious final question.
Right! Do those flowers have some special meaning? Hearing their names seemed to have an effect on him.
If I had to guess, I'd say it probably has something to do with the language of flowers.
The language of flowers? Oh, we've heard of that before! Paimon remembers hearing something like, the Cecilia represents the true feelings of the prodigal son?
What each flower is said to represent varies by person and across different moments in history. The same is true for the flowers that make up the scent of Auguste.
Okay.
After returning to Fontaine, I did some research, and it turns out the meanings of those 3 flowers can be reassembled to form a single phrase. Forget the past and keep on living. Perhaps that's the legacy Yelena always intended, not the nobility and grandeur most people associate with Auguste.
I mean, that's what she hoped for her brother, which she totally didn't do, but hey.
Do you think Kiria knew about that?
He kind of was like bound to his past, not gonna lie.
I paid him a visit before his trial and explained what I found, but he didn't seem to care. Who knows? Maybe she didn't mean anything by it at all. That was his response. Yelena is gone. We'll never know what she was thinking. We can look for meaning all we want, but it'll never be anything but conjecture. Even if that is what she was trying to say, I would never be able to forget her. Avenging her death? That was the meaning I chose for my life. Kiria cultivated his revenge like a flower. He was committed to making it bloom, even if in the end, it didn't bear the fruit he was hoping for.
Yeah.
In any case, he did want me to pass along his thanks.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for saving my life, for giving me the chance to learn that a goose could have carried a very different meaning. Love and hatred are a privilege of the living. When someone dies, their thoughts, feelings, and intentions die with them. In that sense, what a goose truly represents in the language of flowers will forever remain a mystery.
That is quite true.
But even if it's only a conjecture, I would like to believe my own interpretation. The meaning we give to flowers, the symbolism we assign to our perfumes, they're constantly twisted and exploited in our imperfect world. And yet, at the very outset, they're born from the simplest and most beautiful desires we hold in our heart.
And with that, this quest is done. And we got a bottle of Yelena. Alright. Switch. What does it actually do? Can I just spray myself with perfume now? What does it do? The amount of perfume Emilie made herself, it is based on a legendary goose fragrance connected in the Fontaine's history. Still the bottle forward to the sun and you will see this flowing line of graceful text. Forget the past and keep on living. I can just spray myself with perfume, I guess. Let's switch back to this gadget. It's way more useful. Alright then. Alright, yeah, no, I'm not putting on any of this. Let's take this. Oh wait, this might have been stupid. Okay. Because there's still a story quest here I didn't do yet, and I'm waiting to do the character quest first before I do that. Do I think I will do it before the Duran side, the Duran character quest. But I want to catch up all the way to Skirk before that. I'm also quite curious what like, juicy lore Skirk has, because I feel like Skirk is a lore-heavy character.
Thank you for
Good. And with that, we're also done, I would say. Oh. I haven't picked up achievements in a while. Because if I do a second quest, it will get too late for me. Why is it so many exclamation marks? I don't care about Emilie's Toronto Land. Okay.
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do.
Yep. I think I will leave it at here for today. Next time around we will do Marika's character quest. And then there's only like 3 more remaining until I do more story. And I will do Duran before we actually head into Nordcry, I think. I know I have to do Duran during Nordcry, probably. Because it came out during the Nordcry stuff. I'll have to see. But yeah, I hope I can get into Nordcry soon. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If so or if not, either way, feel free to leave feedback and support. And other than that, we're seeing each other next time. I'm not sure when, or if it will be Genshin again, or if it will be Star Rail. Though there will be a video for a while when the Star update comes out. Same for Impact 3rd, even though it's already in the next patch cycle. But I'm giving priorities to the event story first.
Don't you remember your adventure plans,
But yeah.
my lady?
We'll be seeing each other again, definitely. And until then, bye bye.